this is the ocean. You just won't really be directing it that well. Yes, someone could be on the helm controlling the rudder.
That's what I'm saying. Raise the sails, as in fold them up.
So that they aren't
The
active.
sails go up to the thing when you draw them. You let them down to open them.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I
You raise
thought
them
you were
to
saying that you were closing the sails, so to speak, so that they are not active.
right.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. So that can happen, but as I said, like that they are part of how the ship is steered, and also part of the ship's speed, right?
Yeah, but we're not going to have the sails down during a storm anyway.
This, I mean, you might if you want control during the storm. But also, the storm is not here, to be clear. Like, the storm is not coming. It is just these birds. Okay, so Hanar yells at the crew and gets everyone to put everything away, put the sails away, get everything
Well,
tied down. Oh, is that not
well,
what you want happening?
shouldn't we wait until they're closer? Like, give a good estimate of how long it'll take us to do all that. And then, so that we can get, like, put as much space between us and the birds as possible and also lose less time. But, I don't know.
Yeah, this is like I'm not imagining Hanar is doing this immediately. She's waiting for like the last reasonable moment to begin this, but at the same time, she recognizes that there are 5 sailors in this crew of 33, and so she doesn't trust how quickly the crew can get everything stowed away. Everyone's done some practice to be familiar, but no one, like, she doesn't like the times. Like, this is not a drilled crew, right? So yeah, everything is stowed away and most of the crew are below deck. It's just Hanar as she approaches the three of you. Is there any sort of preparation that the three of you have been doing while you have while the crew have been working?
Um, I think that I think that Madame V has made her way up to the crow's nest and has lined up her shots um, and and readied her guns so that she can take as many shots as quickly as possible to try and um, kill or dissuade birds.
Okay.
Viper's got uh, fishing nets laid out on the deck at intervals that are ready to grab and throw. Um, what else could I do? We tied a rope to the end of my throwing spear.
Okay, so I've taken us over to the ship screen. And you can see that we've got a layout for the ship. So I've already put V in the crow's nest. Where do each of you want to be?
Well, since my spell only lasts half an hour, I'm gonna wait in the captain's quarters until the deck is cleared.
All right.
And I guess meditate.
Okay, so captain quarters are in the back of the ship. That's where you want to be?
Until the deck is cleared.
Yep. Okay, so then Then where do you want to go?
After that, I guess on the side of the ship that they're approaching from, so that I can start firing off some magic missiles when they're at close range.
Okay. So, oh god, I always get this mixed up. Fucking. Do y'all know which one is?
Left is port.
Okay.
Right is left is port because it's 4 letters, and right is starboard because it's not 4 letters.
Yeah. Well. Oh, why did that?
The stupid mnemonic device I learned when I was young is someone asked. Think of someone asking the question, "Is there any port wine left?"
Why did they teach us this? I mean, I've been sailing before, but like ship facts seems like low on the priority
I
list.
have never been on a boat larger than a 2-person rowboat, but I don't know why I know this.
Okay. I'm just gonna label that shit for my own. Okay. And Viper, where are you gonna be?
Really on the upper deck. I mean, right about where you have Viper's token at the moment. On the upper deck near the wheel, I suppose.
Okay. And where should Gentleman Moose be?
I appreciate the concept that Gentleman Moose just sort of wanders to and fro as he likes.
Difficult to keep him below decks. That's...
There's fine, honestly. Just kind of hanging out with Viper.
Okay.
Oh, before it all goes down and we are getting all the doors closed and windows closed to the lower decks, I make sure to tell all the fighters, if any of them get in here, don't touch them. Use your weapons.
I think Lance looks at you and says, "How am I supposed to punch him then?"
God.
With a knife. Or
Dude.
spear or club or 2x4.
Oh shit, I should get some punch daggers. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it would, buddy. And then I close the door.
Okay, so at this point you can see the birds with your naked eye looking out over port to the east. There is a flock of these birds, and you can see electricity arcing between them when they get close to each other. There are a variety of sea and coastal birds. Many of them are raptors, like ospreys and hawks. Some of them are like seagulls and waterfowl that are more suited to like lakes and such, like ducks. It's just this completely mixed crowd of birds that hang around water. And there are many of them. And that is where we are going to leave the session for this evening.
Are you not confident we can wrap this fight up in the next 15 minutes?
Not unless I can conjure just like a huge bit of bread and just like float it away.
Listen, a couple pot shots will get scared and they'll go off. It'll be fine. We can have tea after.
Oh my god, I can conjure food next level. In the future.
Okay.
Future birds, watch out.
Okay. So let's see. That crowd of peasants that you convinced to leave y'all alone. Let's see. There was 60 of them. Groups. So
Do
yeah.
we get XP for all the people we told to fuck off?
Yeah, you do. That was a challenge that y'all overcame. I'm gonna give y'all 300 XP for that.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Take another 50 because nobody died,
Yay!
which was a possibility if you had just like thrown them in the drink or started a fight, and Commander Hastings would have not been pleased about that when you got back. So,
Listen, we don't have to deal with your land rules anymore. We were
do-
on board a ship.
We do like murder. We just need a really good reason to, and we didn't have one today.
yeah, you're not cops anymore.
Hey.
Okay. So, I'm going to take us back to the talk screen. And with that, that is the session of Fantasycraft The Last City Part 10 completed. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. I've been your host and GM for this evening. I'm Austin Ramsey. You can find me on Twitter at NotAnIn, and you can find my game design work at austin-ramsey.itch.io. Yes, such as my game Beam Saber. As always, this stream is presented by You Don't Meet in an Inn, an actual play podcast about exploring obscure tabletop role-playing games with a diverse rotating cast. And this show is being featured on that podcast with edited versions of this stream's audio. So if you would prefer to listen to it there, you can do so. Joining me this evening has been Hadrian.
What's up? I'm Hadrian. I hang out on Twitter at Hadrian, and I make art, and sometimes I sell that art, and mostly I play video games.
And if someone wanted to commission you for work, how would they get in contact with you?
All the info you need is right there on my Twitter bio.
Nice.
So, yep.
Great. Also with us this evening is, of course, Sasha.
Well, of course it's been me, Sasha. You can find me on Twitter at Sasha_Now. You can follow all my game dev stuff at tcabbage.
Thank you. And last but never least, Christine.
Hi, I'm the creator of the You Don't Meet in Inn podcast, and #1 booth babe for Beam Saber. Well, number 2 when Corey starts wearing his stuff. Are you wearing a Beam Saber shirt?
I almost put it on right before we started.
Okay.
Hold on. I do have it.
I am number 2 booth babe.
Repping the brand.
Yeah.
Looks good as hell.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us on this shanty-filled adventure. We will be back again next week for a continuation of our tale. And until then, I just want to remind everyone, don't get sparked.
I hate it still.
Quodlibet.
It's
See you later.